Well, good morning, ladies. And I'm so lucky that first thing in the morning, I have the three of you. Certainly delighted to kick off Deepa, Rashmi, and Shreya of FlexiBees. And let's really work out, Shreya, what is FlexiBees?
Hi, Chris. Happy to be here. FlexiBees is a talent matching and vetting platform through which we help qualified and experienced women professionals return to work after a career break. On the other hand, we also help businesses hire agile and affordable talent, which are experienced and job ready. So, in this way, we play in the future of workspaces. We help drive and normalize flexibility at work, and we create opportunities for underrepresented and underserved talent pools, such as women professionals in our case.
Wonderful. So you're working across those three trends of flexibility, underutilization. That's great. And FlexiBee has three amazing women founders. How do we get so lucky to have three of you? Deepa?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. So we were actually having traditional journeys in corporate life, all of us. And I was in my previous avatar, a finance professional, and I then moved on to do my MBA, and that's where I met my batchmates, Shreya and Rashmi, from a top Asian Institute of Management called IIM Bangalore. And I had marquee names to my CV like PwC, KPMG, and all of those. But I had to take a career break. And I thought I will return after my life settles a bit. I had a maternity break. But I found that it was very, very hard to come back to work in the same way or definition as work was defined as 9 to 9 from the office, fixed hours, fixed location. And more importantly, I was able to contribute a few hours in my day for productive work, but I couldn't find meaningful work that could be executed, which matched my experience and allowed me flexibility. And we were all discussing at that time, Shreya and Rashmi, we were in touch, and we saw that this was actually not a singular problem, but a global problem of millions of women having to let go of their careers and finding it hard because of lack of flexibility to come back. We thought we will solve this problem. That was the starting point for us. And we decided to make it into a business, sustainable business. That's how we started it.
So, Deepa, FlexiBees, it's all your fault. It's all because of you. And Rashmi, how did you join the fold?
So as Deepa said, she was, we were friends and we were in touch, and she was really going through this tough time, and she wasn't able to exactly find those, flexible opportunities for herself. And I think when she was telling us about it, both me and Shreya were also like kind of entrenched in our own corporate careers. And we were a little shocked in the beginning. I think we didn't expect the problem to be as bad. We thought with the right qualifications and, everything backing you, why not? I mean, there's so much deal being done about diversity and things like that. So probably, for mid-management women to come back, there would be options. I think it shocked us that there were almost none, no options she found actually, which suited her talent and skills. Okay, that's the other key point here. And then I think it shocked us, and then kind of as we chatted more and more about it, I think we, as women, like I was as a woman professional myself, very passionate about women working and things. So I thought, we all thought, I think that, okay, we have to fix this problem. It's a big problem. Maybe we can fix the problem. And then we kind of jumped into it, leaving our corporate life behind. And I think it was the right time, right cause, right purpose for us to come together.
Fantastic. And I'd like to clarify something. You did say that you and Deepa were friends. I'm assuming you're still friends.
It is hard, Chris, being co-founders.
Now we are friends and co-founders.
Yeah.
because these things are important.
Okay, let me clarify. We were just friends. Now we are more than friends.
Excellent. Now that we've defined everyone's status, on behalf of defining everyone's status, Shreya, you're the chief everything officer. And how did you end up here?
Just chief executive officer, and yeah, that's all. So yeah, my journey and why I got into it is pretty similar to Rashmi's. We realized at that time that it's a pretty big problem that we felt we could fix. For me personally, I was doing sales and marketing at Unilever, and I felt like I wanted to do something which was more, which was closer to what I really wanted to solve. And this seemed like the perfect timing. Like Rashmi said, it's rare when people come together, who are passionate about the same cause, who want to walk the same path. So it was quite miraculous, and that's how I got in. And over the years, I myself have experienced some of the benefits. So I wasn't a parent then. Now I am a parent to a 4-year-old, and it feels such a blessing to be able to have the mindset of flexibility in our own company. Of course, we all work more than full time, but even the mindset of flexibility is so crucial to enable parents to give their all, to all spheres of their choosing. So yeah, that's how I got in, and yeah, I'm very committed. We are all very committed to solving this problem.
Well, I'm glad you're committed, and I don't think I'm allowed to actually ask, if you had your children later, what took you so long? So I'll move to a different question instead. FlexiBees, what is different though, Deepa? Can we just dive in a little bit more into that? Job matching platforms, corporates being open to, this pool of talent. Forgive my ignorance. I mean, I thought that was, relatively progressed. So Can you be a bit more specific, Deepa, and then to you, Rashmi, like what did you have to do at FlexiBees that was different?
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Actually, we were also ignorant. We were also surprised that there were no solutions to the problems that we found. There were solutions, but not solutions that would make it stick, make returnship stick in the long term. That's what we found. So we have built our business and our solution on the foundation of flexibility. So even if there are returnship programs, we find that even today, there is a lot of struggle in finding meaningful, flexible options, which give the returnee flexibility at the time when she's transitioning. That is the time that actually she needs flexibility, and still we can count in our fingers the number of options which give true flexibility. So our company has been built on the pillars of true flexibility for both sides, the women as well as the businesses, in terms of hiring flexibly. So what we do very differently is that we offer two kinds of matches: the skill match as well as the flexibility match, which Rashmi will talk about. This kind of solves the problem of the match for the flexible talent, which we have not seen that much in the space. You have job matching, but it's not for the flexible talent space, and it's not for all kinds of roles. So these are some of our differentiators. We also have a post operations kind of process, which helps the women transition to make it back to work, because we know from our own lived experience how hard it is that when you are moving stages and you have a lot of teething troubles, and businesses also sometimes find it hard to absorb different kinds of talent formats. So we actually coach both sides and we handhold them to make the process work. So these are some of our differentiators, and the biggest one which Rashmi has built, I would like her to talk about it herself.
Yeah. So thank you, Deepa. And I think it's Chris, your question is very good question. How are we different? I think if I had to choose one thing, and it is also the most important thing, most platforms do some form of matching. The level of matching may be different. There could be a rudimentary matching or a more intensive matching. But what we have seen is almost all platforms match for skills or keywords, and those all corresponds to skills of the job, like your functional skills, your technical skills of how you would do the job. That is what the platforms are matching for. Even there are degrees of matching. So we do that. Definitely, we do that, which is important. You cannot have a person whose skill set doesn't match sit in the role. So that we do. But what we uniquely do, and we are yet to see, and we feel is very important in this space, we match for the flexibility factors. So our women, our pool of women who are coming back have multiple constraints, and how they show themselves in, there is a certain type of flexibility that she needs, and that also changes from person to person, a little bit, the kind of flexibility. Most of them would definitely want to work from home, but also different hours, time slots when they are flexible. That nuance of understanding their flexibility and matching that to the role. So the role also has, some roles have different types of flexibility. So how do you match that? That flexibility is, matching that flexibility is also crucial and critical, especially for this pool that we operate in. And that is what we have built. We have also kind of taken it to scale also to the next level. We've also put it, what we did very manually, we have now put it into our technology also, because this is so crucial to our success, the flexibility matching. And that, I think, makes us truly unique in this space. We are yet to see anybody else do this, and do this in the way we do it, because we understand both the women, the space, the kind of flexibility in the jobs which are available. We understand all sides now, given our work in this space. So that's what I would say.
It's wonderful to learn about what you guys are doing. Can you help me understand something? Most people would intuitively get that flexibility is around time and location. But I guess, what do people miss? What else is there within this flexibility construct that I guess, an employer would miss, or a layperson, for example, would miss? I wouldn't mind understanding other elements.
Yeah. It is around time. Definitely, you're right. There is a big aspect is around time and location. On time, what a lot of people tend to miss is actually the accuracy of actually how much time they have. A lot of people, especially if they're looking for something, they find a job there. The tendency is for us to think, if they like the job, they like the skill set, they want to, kind of try and, take a shot at it. The tendency is to sometimes overestimate the time that they have. So we actually estimate the time correctly. Time is an important factor, but it has to be estimated correctly. That, I think, a lot of people miss. The other nuances is around support systems that they have. What else? Who else is doing the work? There is caregiving to be done. If that's the reason they've taken a break, what are the other backups that they have in place? Who else is sharing their load? And how much of that load is being shared? Things like that, the infrastructure around them, hard and soft infrastructure, which involves people, support systems at home, help, paid help, non-paid help, the kind of variations of all of that, the nuances in each of those we miss. Those other people don't seem to see so much. The other thing also we also look for is their motivation, commitment to coming back to work. It's not easy to make that transition. So we also have a gauge for that. Okay, how will they be able to power through this? And like Deepa said, we have also put systems in place to help them power through this. So that's the other aspect. Yeah.
Thank you. Shreya, as the CEO, I assume you must have got some work done. What are you proud about?
Yeah, so of course, all of us together have reached the milestones that we have, and we are proud of it. So over the last few years, we've been able to provide flexible talent to more than 400 businesses that are spread out across geographies, including India, Singapore, UAE, the UK, a little bit of US. And we've been able to grow, 3x year on year in spite of being bootstrapped for a large part of our journey. And what makes us especially proud is that not only have we grown, but we have grown in the right way. Our retention metrics are very strong. Our net retention rate, which is an industry metric in flexibility, is 120%. And 70% of our business comes from repeat clients. So that makes us extremely proud. And because of the growth, because of our focus on flexibility, the match, the retention, we have been able to have around 36,000 women, talented, qualified women sign up with us. That again, of course, is testament to what we are delivering in this space. And in fact, recently we did a survey, which also spoke of and validated, what we are creating in terms of impact for these women professionals. Yes.
Okay, survey. Now I'm going to run to Rashmi to explain that one to me as well.
Yeah, because I do have a background in service. In my past life, I was in the insights and research. So yeah, so we, for the longest time, like Shreya said, we had a lot of good hard metrics of success that we were very proud of. Okay, we're giving businesses talent, we're able to match well and all of that. But we've also, for the longest time, known or felt that we are also creating an impact on the women that we are placing, even for the clients, or but we are creating an impact. We knew this, and on the women's side, because that's the driving force, behind whatever we do. We really want to solve the problem for women, but we didn't kind of know what the impact was. We didn't quantify it. We just knew there was, because anecdotally, a lot of women told us, as we placed them, and they experienced what they experienced, and then we thought, okay, now maybe a good time for us, because we are little old enough, big enough, maybe run a survey of sorts to figure out the kind of impact that they're having. And that's what we did. We went and ran a survey, and we kind of differentiated. We wanted to see how it is for the women we have placed in flexible jobs versus women who are looking for flexible jobs and not finding them. That's the problem statement we're solving for. And that's what we did. We ran a survey among these two groups to understand what impact we're doing. And we found some very good insights. And I think Deepa may want to kind of take us through them.
Yeah, thanks, Rashmi. So I think this was something which energized all of us, because we could see what we already knew by intuition as to the work that we were doing. So, of course, the most powerful point is, in the tangible point, is the income itself. So we saw, even from part-time flexible income also, there was an average increase in household income average of 22%. So, and of course, they were much higher in the range, also as high as 50%. So this was really powerful, and people were using that money for planned activities in their household and their lives, like education or travel and all of those things. And another great point, which is not that tangible but very powerful, is that those who work flexibly, we could see that the work added to their sense of confidence and their sense of agency, the say they had in the decision making, in their own families, in their households, and in the community. So this is a very powerful secondary impact of economic empowerment, which we were able to see very clearly from the independent survey results.
That's great. So you've managed to be well on the way of solving the pain point, Deepa, and bonus marks for staying friends with Rashmi and Shreya as well. So what's next? Rashmi.
Yeah, let me go first. I think we we explained, the core of what we do is we do the matches, and we're very proud of how we match on multiple facets. So what we did in our first phase of technology is we kind of automated that match to some extent with technology. We have an app in place for the candidates. We have a backend where our vetting can happen. So there's some interaction. So we need to next jump for us is to kind of make even the client side a little self-serve. So business can also come in, do the process more seamlessly using tech. Today, it's very serviced by our BD team. Obviously, it also helps us scale. So, and eventually that will put us on the path to truly becoming what we want to, in our vision, what we want to become is a vetted marketplace for women talent. And vetted in, like I said, in both ways, functional as well as the flexi kind of vetting. And so we are definitely, and that's next in the, in my space of building our tech. That's where we are going next in that one.
And for completeness, Shreya is the Chief Everything Officer or Chief Executive Officer. Rashmi, may I know your title, please?
Mine is COO, Chief Operations Officer.
Chief Operating Officer. Fantastic. And Deepa, you are the?
Talent Officer.
Talent Officer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And in terms of your purview, Deepa, what's next for FlexiBees?
I think we want to focus more on engaging the talent more, so which enter into adjacencies, which is beyond placement, that is get them ready for placement, get them ready for jobs in terms of skilling them, helping them understand where can they hone themselves to close a job basically. So our focus will be on skilling opportunities, training opportunities, and offering other benefits to the pool which extend beyond the job, like financial support or fintech, insurance, those kind of things.
Great. So Rashmi is actually looking at the way that the business can be more scalable. The enterprises that are using the platform, it's more of a self-serve model toward the curated marketplace. Deepa, it sounds like what you're looking at is diving more deeper into the life cycle style of services for the talent that's using it. Shreya, you've got nothing left to do.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I'm going to reap the benefits of the work that these two are doing and the team is doing. Yeah, but on a serious note, we are all set to grow, explode, in fact. And what we want to do is, to get to around 200 million in the next 5 years by acquiring more businesses, by giving talent to more businesses, by acquiring more talent, deepening our engagement, making the match more scalable, of course. And what we want to get to immediately in the next year is 3 million. That's our ambition. That's our plan. And in fact, for that, we are, at this point, starting to seek investment. So if there are any investors out there as listeners, and you want to invest in a great business while supporting women entrepreneurs and women professionals, then you know who to reach out to. Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your story and the story of FlexiBees. And I can't wait to see how you guys continue to grow in the future and continue to make impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.